Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond Borders, a podcast project of Rotaract of Cebu Fuente, University of San Carlos. So, how are you guys doing? I know you have a lot in mind, but don't worry, it's finally the weekend and we should be enjoying our weekend. And what more is there to enjoy the day than to tune in for another meaningful and fun-filled episode? So sit back, relax, do some chores, do some work while listening as we deliver to you timely and relevant updates and discussions, and raise awareness as well on matters that need to be realized, because that's what Beyond Borders is here for. My name is Kim, your host for today. Now let's get on track. So before we fully get started on this podcast, it is always better to be aware of the current news that is happening, not just in the Philippines but in the world. As we all know, Cebu City is still under MECQ until the end of the month. So we do wonder, right, if our quarantine status will be lifted, reverted to ECQ, or will it still remain under MECQ? Since it's not just a quarantine status that we should be worried about, we should also worry as our Delta cases here in Cebu are starting to rise faster than it is. Also, the Philippines detects its first Lambda case, which is believed to be antibody resistant. Well, it's all up to us now, no matter what the quarantine status is, whatever variant is here, we all should still follow, we should also follow proper health protocols. Wear face mask, face shield, always remember to social distance ourselves, and you guys, if you have the chance to get vaccinated, then get your vaccine now to do your part of making everyone safe. And on another note, the Philippines is willing to accept Afghan refugees after the Taliban takes control of Afghanistan. Well, just as we all thought 2021 will be better than 2020, it seems like history is repeating itself, right? And we are now again stuck to square one. But despite everything, we all should be thankful that we are safe and okay. But also we should be offering our prayers to the people who are having a hard time right now. So next up is our updates about Rotaract of Cebu Fuente, University of San Carlos, also known as RACCF USC. Last August 14, 2021, the RACCF USC conducted its monthly RA Cinema Online, a virtual get-together for all the members of Rotaract. The members who joined for the event were able to watch the movie entitled A Week Away, which is about love, friendship, and music. After watching the movie, the members were able to participate in Get to Know You and games in which most of the members really did enjoy. The virtual get-together ended with a smile on their faces, and looking forward to next month's RA Cinema Online. On August 29, 2021, the induction ceremony of the new members will finally be conducted. I bet our aspirants are now very excited to be officially part of RACCF USC. I can still remember the day I was also invited to join our induction ceremony, and it sure feels exciting. So aside from the club's activities like RA Cinema Online and induction ceremony, Rotaract has its very own activity, which is 12 Days of Christmas. 12 Days of Christmas is a signature project of RACCF USC. So this project is suggestive that there will be 12 activities leading towards the Christmas season. So what we do is we partner with other clubs and organizations in the university in order to meet our objectives. So after all the 12 activities are done, around December, the partnered organizations will have to meet for a culmination of the project. For this year, our club will be continuing projects that were successfully conducted from last year. So projects like Balik Handog, Strands of Hope, Island Inspiration, and Bukas Palad. So since this episode is about a conversation between a freshman and senior, joining me today are Jielly, a first-year accountancy student, and Gerald, a third-year management accounting student. So I'm sure Jielly has a lot of questions in mind, right, Jielly?
Yes, right, of course, I take him, especially because I'm so excited, but also very, very nervous. It's my first time coming in a very big university and, meeting a lot of new different people coming from different walks of life. So this will really, really help me.
Yeah, right. So before we get into that, I want to ask Gerald, so what's a college experience you'll never forget?
All right, so Kim, that's an interesting question. So I think the college experience that I'll never forget was really the face-to-face setup because I have my support group, I have my friends, and I get to bond with them. It's really different to transition to this online setup because we can't see our classmates, we can't build a strong relationship with each other, and of course, all those moments in Rockledge and other parts of the university, and also the short breaks, the short and longer breaks during class time, where we can go outside school, we can stay in the cafes or whatsoever. Yes, and I think that's one of the most unforgettable experiences that I had during the face-to-face setup.
Right, Gerald, I really agreed to you. And those moments with your friends and really face-to-face interaction, yeah, I really miss that. So for Jelly, so since you're still a freshman, so what do you most look forward to in your college life?
For me, I have most looked forward to was meeting new friends or building opportunities that I could use for the rest of my life for years and years. Also, like connecting with different kinds of people, being in different kinds of situations that could fuel my future and also for the betterment and growth of myself.
Yeah, Jelly, I really agree to that. And making friends and reaching out to people is really a great investment in your life. So, Jelly, do you have a question to ask Gerald?
Yes, Ate Kim, I actually have. So, Kuya, I know most of the freshmen, like me, are wondering, because I know college could be hectic. How do we avoid cramming and how do we deal with it when cramming is inevitable?
Wow, that's a difficult question. No? It's very personal. So I guess cramming is really normal for a student like us, considering the heavy workload that we are having, no? Especially in this online classes where we experience to have a lot of workload, diba? Since, we have a lot of asynchronous sessions and our teachers tend to give us a lot of work. But actually cramming, the best thing to, solve this procrastination or cramming is to really find time for everything. No, I think it actually depends on the person. Like if you think this task is more heavy compared to the other one, then you have to prioritize which should come first, diba? So yes, even me as a student leader, I always tend to cram or procrastinate most of the time. Yes, because I have so many things to do. However, it really boils down to which is more important, no? And which what you are passionate about. Yes, so I guess it comes naturally in how you deal with it. And of course, never forget to always give yourself some break also. Yes. So I hope, Jelly, I was able to answer that question, no? And yeah.
Yes, Kuya. Yes, that's very true. I really agree to it, to prioritize the most important thing and the never-ending list of to-do lists, rather.
Yes.
Yes, and also Jelly, choosing the right friend group is crucial to be able to survive online classes. So speaking with the right friend group, there's a question here. So how do you make school friends online when you don't have the confidence to start a conversation?
Yes, Kuya, since this might be easier for extroverts, but what about those who experience social anxiety when trying to communicate with other people?
All right. So, for me, as an extrovert person, so I think it is somehow easier for me to connect with other people, especially to our batchmates or friends. However, there are also instances that I tend to be like hesitant to approach them because I might like seem FC feeling close like that. Pero it really like if you feel that you have the need to really communicate or reach out to them, then you must do it. Because in this setup that we are in, the very important thing that we need to do is to really communicate and to reach out to our friends virtually, because we don't have the opportunity to meet them personally. So yeah, let's try to maximize what we have right now and to communicate with them like simple hi or hello. And also we never know, right, that the first hi or hello to your classmates, you can be group mates or buddies or even college friends for life, diba? So yeah. And one thing that you should also remember is that when you communicate with other people or your teachers or classmates, you always find the perfect time for that, like, and also respect their time as well. Yeah, and lang.
Wow.
Right, Gerald.
That's very true.
Right, Gerald. So, speaking of time, how do you like balance ACADS, orgs, and like balance your social battery like that?
Oh, okay. So you mean my personal
Yes,
personal life, my academic
as
life,
you
and all
mentioned, and
those.
like
Yeah.
you balance your
Um,
time like that.
Yes. It's not easy for me, but to prioritize which among these to prioritize first. No, kay sometimes I tend to prioritize more on my org's life or my social life because it is what I'm really passionate about. It's somehow like my like what keeps me sane despite this pandemic that we are facing. And yeah, I love socializing with people, sharing ideas, talking with them. And one thing that I can advise to all those freshies out there, student leaders out there, is to really find the right time for a certain thing, no, or a certain task that you have to do. Diba? So because it depende naman jud sa student or sa person who is dealing with this situation. If you're a type of person who is like all-nighter, diba? So you work on your assignments or your tasks during nighttime, that's really okay as long as you also find time to rest, diba? And yeah, I know it's not easy to say like time management lang that's the solution for everything. No, it's not easy, but yeah, you just find the perfect time for everything. Ana lang jud siya, and what you are comfortable with, or like which technique or strategy works for you, then yeah, you work on that.
Yes, that's such a nice comment, Jud Kuya Gerald. Especially when you need to really look into yourself to find that balance, to find the perfect time to do this and that, and to find what works for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So,
yeah.
this conversation is quite interesting, and I know there are still a lot of questions that our freshman students would like to know, but I think that's all the time we've left. To end, Gerald, what are like your advice that you can give to the freshman students now that they are in college?
All right. So a piece of advice, siguro. Actually, I have 5 advice now for them. First, to really attend classes regularly. Like even though we are online, no, like when you attend your class, you participate, like you listen to your teacher. And I encourage everyone, especially the freshies, to treat your teachers with respect, like by simply responding to their questions, and also turning on your camera so that you can still have that feeling without interaction, even though that we are transitioning already to online classes. And second is to make friends and establish a squad or group. Yes, because it's actually very nice if you have a support system, a good support system, because college is not easy, and you have to find the best people around you, who can support you. And of course, you support each other. And Next is to help one another and not compete with each other. So I know we from our high school years, from our grade school years, we tend to have that mindset no, of competition, even to our like our classmates, diba? Kaya we always have that in every grading or period, diba? So college is not a competition, but it's about survival and helping each other to graduate, diba? Yes, so kana lang siya. Like, don't think that this is a competition. And of course, to establish and expand your connections, you engage and invest in extracurricular activities and your interests. Because here in college is also the perfect time for you to explore. Yes, to explore and to also make connections with different people, especially when you engage yourself to organizations or to other community extension services. And lastly, to study at your own pace and study smart. Don't stick with one source and listen to discussions or review, especially if the teachers will give a review no before the examination. Kay there's a possibility based on experience that ang kana ilang review before the exam, those are the items that will come out no in the exam. Yes, kana lang siya based on my experience. And yeah, just have fun and always find time for yourself.
There you go, guys. We heard some advice from Gerald. So and I hope you learned some from him. So Jelly, do you have like any final words you want to share with your fellow freshman students?
Yes, Ate, I actually have. One thing I have to say is that don't be afraid to try. And if you're going to fail, then it's going to be fine. At least you're not going to be eaten up with the what ifs in your mind. And as what Kuya Gerald said, don't be afraid to say hi first, because we don't know that awkward hi or hello is the foundation of a very strong friendship that you will benefit with the rest of your life.
Yes, I truly agree with you, Jelly. No, yes, kana jud siya. You should have the guts to start the conversation. Yes. And by the way, I just like to add something. It's been very common nowadays, no, especially when you're in college, like about shifting courses. I just like to highlight that for me, no, personally, I experienced it because I wasn't able. I mean, I chose not to take our examination in BSA because I tend to prioritize more my mental health, my sanity, and I want to pursue what I want and what I'm passionate about, diba? So that's one thing that college students should also remember, that when someone shifts from one course to another, it's not about that person failed, diba? It's about the choices that we make, diba, for ourselves and for those people who are supporting us. And that's normal that you tend to reach to the point no nga kanang magduha-duha ka, or maybe you have different career path, diba, or different goals in life. And yeah, that's normal because in college life you'll experience all these. You'll come to the point that you'll experience these and that, diba, mga problems. But yes, just follow what your heart says.
Yes, Kuya, I can say na college really do nurture you and make you grow with your own pace and with who you are with the future.
Yes, thank you, Jelly. And I also admire your confidence and what your passion, diba? Kay you joined a lot of organizations na po, even if you're still in your first year, and actually that's a very nice start for you. And I can't wait to see you grow in the organization. And yeah.
Thank you, Kuya. I'm really, really trying my best to get out of my comfort zone, since I know that it is college and I want to build more connections with more different people. So this is a very big opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, thank you also. And to Kimberly, thank you also.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Jelly and Gerald. And I'm sure our listeners enjoyed our conversation. So to wrap this up, thank you so much, Jelly and Gerald. So I'm sure our listeners enjoyed our conversation as well as I have.
Yes, I'm sure that they had so much fun at Ate. Thank you, Ate Kim.
Yes, thank you so much, Kim, and to Jelly, and to all our listeners out there. And hopefully, you'll have a very successful school year. And of course, just enjoy, guys, and keep safe.
Yeah, keep safe.
Keep safe. Bye.
As August is coming to an end, it's time to greet our August birthday celebrants a happy birthday. It may be another year of quarantine birthday, but it is also another year to be thankful that you are safe and that you're okay and you got the chance to celebrate another year of life. So, happy birthday to Eve, Sheki, Donabelle, Aliyah, Stacy, Drew, Nikki, Ira, Carissa, Ivy, Jane, Kylie, Ella, Mary, Noreen, War, Dar, Mikai, Fatima, LJ, Chezka, Lara, Yana, Rika, Trixie, Lawrence, Ramon, Jose. And happy 60th birthday to our N. Polio Now coordinator for Zone 10A, Tita Gov Mary Ann Alcordo Solomon. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Whoa! I can't believe we are finally concluding today's episode. On behalf of the whole production team, I would like to thank our special guest for imparting us their experience and giving us useful tips about online class. To our dear listeners that have stayed with us till the end, thank you very much. I hope you had as much fun and learning as I had. Sadly, everything has come to an end, but don't worry as we will be back for another episode next month with new guests and issues to feature. Be sure to like our Facebook page, Rotaract of Cebu Fuente, University of San Carlos. This has been Kim, your host for this episode. Now let's go, thrive, and enjoy another life-changing year. See ya!